Regarding the current Manchester United transfer rumors involving the gifted young players João Neves and Joshua Zirkzee, transfer news analyst Fabrizio Romano has provided an update. Neves has established himself as one of the most wanted midfielders in the football world, while Zirkzee has caught the attention of United, Arsenal, and Tottenham with his performances for Bologna this season. In his most recent daily briefing piece, Romano revealed exclusively to Caught Offside that United is scouting these players, but there is nothing substantial as the club is more focused on appointing a new sporting director first before making any signings. João Neves of Benfica is always linked because he's being scouted, but nothing concrete is taking place now. He's a top talent, and so links are not surprising. But there's nothing else going on because we need to see what will be the United strategy under their new director, Romano said. The same is true for Joshua Zirkzee. It's just normal scouting activity, but too early to know what United will decide to do here. Also, AC Milan have a concrete interest in Zirkzee for sure, but the strategy for the summer will be made in the next months, not now. After Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos acquired a 25% ownership of the team, the Red Devils will undoubtedly see numerous changes in the coming months. As a result, supporters may need to exercise patience when it comes to the team's new additions for the upcoming campaign. The new United hierarchy is determined to bring new additions to the club, and they could be not only in the form of players but also a new manager, according to some reports. The Reds have had what they consider a successful January transfer window, according to the report from ESPN, following loan exits of Donny van de Beek and Jadon Sancho, alongside a host of youth players. However, whilst Erik ten Hag's side now have money to spend, despite concerns over breaching the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, the new Ineos leadership are looking to adjust their summer strategy. It was added that United's financials remain tight and that targeting players approaching the end of their current contracts is viewed as a good way of managing the summer transfer kitty. Ratcliffe and his Ineos team are awaiting Premier League ratification, but will be taking complete control of sporting decisions afterwards. The aforementioned report added that the Old Trafford club are exploring a number of similar deals ahead of this summer, with players such as Joshua Kimmich, Jonathan David, and Kieran Thuram all set to be out of contract in 2025. Kimmich, 28, has been a mainstay at Bayern Munich for almost a decade now, whilst David and Thuram could be options to boost United's attack and midfield, respectively. United signed Mason Mount last summer, who was entering the final year of his contract at Chelsea, but they still ended up buying the midfielder for a $60 million package. Mount has been injured in recent months and has only started 7 games for the club this season. Lisandro Martinez will be assessed after appearing to suffer a knee injury during Manchester United's 3-0 win over West Ham United. A fine display, capped by goals from Rasmus Højlund and Alejandro Garnacho, too, made for a very positive afternoon at Old Trafford. But there was obvious concern for Martinez from teammates, staff, and supporters. The Argentina international, not long back from a foot problem, tussled with Vladimir Kufal by the touchline and got his leg trapped by the Hammers fullback. Licha bravely carried on, making his way back onto the pitch when Jared Bowen raced through on goal. Diogo Dalot made a vital saving challenge, but after chasing down the loose ball, Martinez collapsed in pain again when challenging for it. This time, the center-back was forced to make way and headed for the tunnel, clearly emotional and grimacing, with Raphael Varane taking his place in the 70th minute. The France international helped the Reds keep a clean sheet alongside Harry Maguire. In his post-match interviews with Sky and the BBC, Erik ten Hag admitted things do not look good for the influential defender. "I can't tell the detail, but it seems bad," he said. "We have to wait for the detail and making the right diagnosis in the coming days. We'll see what is going on. In this moment, we're very sad about this, but hopefully it's not too bad. We can only pray. We have to find out in the next days what is the diagnosis. It's very bad for him and very bad for the team." He's just returning and is a very important part for us. Last season, when he fell out, I felt our performances dropped a level. We have to avoid that because we have a good squad and center backs who can fill in. But he definitely brings spirit to the team, apart from his footballing abilities. It's disappointing for the team and especially for Licha. It's so frustrating. He worked hard to return now for 2 games. It looks like he has to sit some games out injured again, but let's stay positive at this moment. Hopefully, it's not too bad, but we have to wait. The Manchester United manager praised the impact of Kobbie Mainoo, Alejandro Garnacho, and Rasmus Højlund. Erik ten Hag has said he always knew Manchester United's young players would come to the fore this season after goals from Rasmus Højlund and Alejandro Garnacho secured a 3-0 win over West Ham United on Sunday. It's been a difficult season for the pair at times, but they've grown in stature throughout the campaign, with Højlund scoring in his last 4 Premier League matches and Garnacho starting the last 19 games in all competitions. In addition, Kobbie Mainoo has returned from injury and played the last 9 matches and scored the winner in Thursday's 4-3 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers. The juvenile trio celebrated Garnacho's first goal on Sunday by sitting arm in arm on the advertising boards in an iconic and emblematic image of United's future. The youth-inspired win sees United move into 6th, the club's highest position of the season, while they've now scored 15 goals in the last 7 games. After the widespread criticism Ten Hag has received this season, in his eyes, the team's improvement vindicates many of his decisions. Yeah, but you didn't believe me. No one. I have seen all your briefing, the Dutchman joked after the 3-0 win over West Ham. You see, the progress is coming, and we bought players in the summer for the future. We also make choices to give players who deserved it to get opportunities in the first team, as Garnacho and Mainoo did. But as Mainoo in the second game of preseason against Madrid gets a real bad injury, yeah, then all the plans you have to adapt. Højlund, he had a period, came too late in, but you see he is progressing. And when there is a consistent team in his back with routines, they will serve him better, and then you see a front line who's in balance, and I think it's a threat for every opponent. We saw the potential from those players, but they need, of course, games. They need experience, and the only way you can get this is to play in that first team and to get the opposition, and then adapt. When they have the right attitude and when they keep doing this in togetherness and in that attitude to improve every day, then I'm convinced they can achieve very high levels.